50. Okay. I want to welcome all investors to Evolve. I want to thank you all for being here. I know your time is precious, and I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come and listen to these jewels that this young lady is going to drop on us. I hope the information that we bring to you brings value to your life and inspiration. Today, I want to introduce Chef Patrice. I've known her for close to 15 years. I've watched her grow. I met her through her mother, actually, and both beautiful souls. I love them both, just wonderful people. And today, she's going to tell us about her business. So, Chef Patrice, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Chef Patrice. I have been cooking since I was 10 years old. What else? Oh, so the reason why I started cooking that young is my mother homeschooled me for 8 years, and she was having some trouble teaching me math. So she was talking to a teacher, and the teacher told her, like, well, teach her how to cook, and it'll help her. And that's how I started cooking. So I cooked for my family for like years and years. I feel like I went to culinary school. I worked in different restaurants. I taught cooking classes. And the last job that I had before I quit, because I quit my corporate job, but I was working at Whole Foods for 6 years. And the last position that I had was the prepared foods buyer. So I bought all of the food and prepared food. Yeah.
Oh, wow. You learn something new about somebody every day.
Yes.
So what prompted you to start your own business, and why vegan?
So I was vegetarian from the ages of 14 to 18. And in 2014, the end of 2014, I was having like stomach issues. I was nauseous. I was really tired all the time. And I decided to go to the doctor, and the doctor told me, she was like, it's probably diet related, so just do the elimination diet. And she said, take out dairy first for 2 weeks and see how you feel. So after 3 days of no dairy, I felt like a totally different person. So I was like, well, I guess vegan it is, because I was already thinking about going back to being vegetarian. So I decided to just do full-blown vegan. Was a lot of trial and error. I always wanted to have my own business though, before I became vegan. But I learned like a lot in the first couple years, a lot of trial and error, ate a lot of beans and rice and salads and lots of carbs to try to figure it out. So a couple years in, I decided to start Damn Good Vegan, because I wanted to help people, because I'm like, this is like growing into like a huge thing. So I wanted to help people learn how to eat vegan and know that vegan is good. It can be good. It can taste good.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because I know I've seen your pictures. Yeah. And your meatloaf. Oh my God. It looks like real meat, and it looks so good. Man, girl. And the meat that you put on your site, I mean, these are like full blown. It's like when you put like the Thanksgiving menu that you had out there. Nothing was missing. I mean, you had your gravy. I mean, you just had everything that anyone that would have a regular meat, meal for Thanksgiving would have. And it was all vegan. I was like, wow, she's doing the thing. It was amazing. It's amazing. The next question, how did you get started on this journey?
So my business, I have a friend. She's actually my dad's next door neighbor, and she has a business. And she was always telling me, just do it, because I would tell her all of these ideas. And she would be like, just do it, just start the business, just start it. And it was like, of course, I was a little scared. I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to start this business. I don't know anything. And she's like, just do it, just do it, just do it. So she helped me get my LLC, and she's a business owner. She's like really good. She had a anniversary party for her business, and she had vendors. So she was like, well, you could be a vendor at my event. I'm like, okay. So I did the event. I learned a whole lot about vending. I had a whole lot of food. I had too much left over, but the first thing that I did was vegan Polish boys, and everybody loved them.
Okay.
So that's how it started, and it's just been blossoming from there.
Wow, because I see you do a lot of pop-ups.
Yeah.
And I always find them after the fact or the day of, because I'm not on Instagram like I should be,
Okay.
peeping everybody out. And then but I'm gonna make your next one. I'm gonna make your next pop-up. We'll get that.
I'm gonna start putting them on my email list so that people that are not on social media. So I'm learning how to do that now. Like, it's a lot of stuff to learn, but I'm coming along. Yeah.
Yes, it's a learning process. This whole journey, entrepreneurial journey, is a learning process, trial and error. When you start networking with other people, you get ideas off of what they do that may work for your business, and something that may work for their business that you're doing. It's like you just never know until you start talking and networking.
Right.
But that's the beauty of family and networking and getting to know one another. And with this whole social media platform becoming bigger because of this whole pandemic, it's just opening eyes to a whole new world of other things.
Yes.
Like the Zooms that we're doing.
Yes. Zooms.
Yeah. So what has been your biggest adversity, and how did you overcome it?
I'm going to say fear. That's the first thing that came to mind. Because I have heard, and people that are in my tribe, my friend says her tribe, people that are in my tribe are always like, I just kept hearing that you got to overcome the fear. It's like you have to push past it. And that has been the hardest thing for me to get over. Like, I'm getting to these different levels, and it's like, oh my God, am I even qualified to do this? Am I, do I feel like I'm qualified? Because I feel like if I can list off all of these things that I've done, it's like, okay, well, you know what you're doing. But it's like on the inside, it's like, oh my God, am I really? Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? It's been hard, but I've definitely been moving past it a little at a time. But the biggest thing was I quit my job. And it's like, all right, you out here now. Now what you gonna do? So it's like, the fear is not as big as it was, because it's like, well, this has to work. You don't have a plan B or C. Like, this is it. So I had to push past the fear and just walk out on faith and be like, all right, well, I know God got me. We gonna be fine.
Yeah. That's a lot I've been hearing is fear and self. Mm-hmm. And we tend to be our own critic, our worst critic. Yes. But being a perfectionist, you have to, because if you own your own business, nobody's going to work harder than you because it's yours. So yeah, I'm so proud of you. Look at you. Thank you. So with that being said, how do you juggle family life, business, and the many other things that you do? Why are you shaking your head?
Because it's like
juggle, keyword juggle.
It's a lot. It is a lot, especially with the children being home. I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. Like, I have a morning routine. I haven't been in it lately because it's like, I got to get rest whenever I can get rest. If I can sleep in a little bit. I have a planner, because I used to be one of those people like, I don't need to plan anything. I'm just going to go do stuff. Like, no, that does not work, especially when you keep going higher and leveling up. Like, you got to have that planner. You got to have something to help you stay on schedule and to remember the things that you need to remember. Because it's like, I was like, oh my God, I got this interview. Oh my God, I got this podcast. Oh my God, I got to do, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and buy this planner and just write in this planner. And it helps, even though I'm still juggling, because I'm cooking for other people and I'm cooking for my family. And I'm doing yoga teacher training right now too. And it's like, it's a lot, but like I have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself first. So if that's meditating, if it's getting up extra early to go to the gym or going to yoga just to make sure I'm okay at the beginning of the day, then that helps the rest of the day. Even though, you know, things come up. I have 3 children. Things are always coming up. But it's like having the attitude of like, it's going to be okay. Everything is not going to get done right at this second, but it's going to be okay. Everything is going to work out. And that's the attitude that I have about that.
I think we need to have like maybe about 8 more arms added to us so we can juggle all the things that we do. So I understand. Yeah, I have I use my phone as my planner, and then I have a dry erase board. So my husband knows what's going on in my schedule. Then the children have their own schedules. Like, you know, I know that your children have their own schedules. So it's like you're juggling everybody's schedules as well as your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, juggle is the key word.
Yes.
And when I say that, I have this picture of this clown juggling like 8 or 9 balls.
And that's exactly how it is.
With little faces of children and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah. So how do you deal with distractions and still, well, I'm gonna say still stay on task, but try to stay on task?
I will have to go in my room and close the door and be like, you can't come in here. Like, no, you cannot come in. Like, I have to get stuff done. Or my dad's house is a good place to go because it's nice and quiet. But like, if I have to go somewhere, but it's like, y'all have to chill out. I'll give them an activity or something to do, but that's for the most part how I get like the computer work done, because it's like I don't like being in front of the computer. So it's like sometimes it's like if they come and try to distract me, I'm like, ooh, yes, they're distracting me, so I have to get it done. But I got to do it. And a lot of the times I try to get up earlier in the morning. Stop, Sky. I'm trying to get up earlier in the morning and like get stuff done. Like if I need to send emails, if I need to make like a list of my meal prep clients, if I need to schedule posts, like batch posts to schedule to go to Instagram or Facebook. Mornings work pretty good for me, but sometimes, you know, the children get up early. Adonis likes to be up at like 6 or 7 a.m. every day. So I just have to demand the time, like, listen, I got to do what I got to do, and then I need to be there. So yeah.
Roll with the punches. You juggling the distractions. I get it.
Yeah.
What was your initial response when you wanted to start your business from your family, the community, friends?
I had a really positive response. My dad is like my number one fan, I think. Like he's very excited now because he sees what I'm doing. He was like, "Don't quit your job yet." And I'm like, it's calling me to quit. Like I cannot stay here. But he's been very supportive. Blake, my children's father, my significant other, he's been very supportive. And like my friends, the rest of my family, they've been pretty supportive. Like, I haven't gotten any negative feedback from it. So it's been pretty good. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I've had a nice support system.
That's good. That's good. So what were your biggest regrets on this journey of yours? And what would you have done to avoid them if you could go back?
Okay, so I don't have any regrets. We just have learning lessons.
Yes. Greatest joys, and your greatest joys.
Yes. So if I could go back, I would learn a little more about the administration part, because I could cook all day. Like, that's what I love to do. That's like my passion, is food and to cook and to feed people. And I could feed people and talk to people all day, but it's like the behind the scenes is no joke at all. Like, that is, I was like, oh, this is a lot of work. So I wish I would have learned more in the beginning before I quit, but it's like, I mean, I'm learning now.
Yeah.
And the biggest joy that I have is, so the two little ones, Sky is 7, Adonis is 8. And I have my vegan BLTs in Umbar Cafe. It's on Larchmere. And whenever they go with me and they put the sandwiches, like the people that work there, they put the sandwiches in the case, they like are so excited. They're like, Mommy, you're famous. So that is like, yes, that makes me feel so good, because they're like, you are doing something huge. And they remind me of that, because it's like we can get lost in the day-to-day, like, oh, I'm just doing this, I'm doing this. But they are like in the present moment all the time. So they're like, this is amazing. My mother is like really doing something. So that's my, yeah.
Wow. You're Superwoman. That's why. Mommy Superwoman. So, excuse me. Has this pandemic affected your business in any way?
It has helped my business grow, because people are looking for healthy food. They're looking for more vegan options. So with my meal prep, I've gotten a lot of, you have to go with your dad. My meal prep has been doing very good. And it was, in the beginning, it was just word of mouth. Like, and I got like 5 or 6 clients. I'm like, ooh, this is great. But the meal prep has grown the most. And then the vegan BLT has been kind of surprising that it kind of took off like it did. People are like, I was in a yoga class with my one friend, and she was like, oh, these people that was just in my class the other day, they was eating vegan BLTs. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
those are mine.
Yes. So like, I have grown a whole lot during the pandemic, and it's definitely a blessing.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, they're not doing so well. I know things have been taken off for me as well. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's you never know. That's why I always ask that question, because some people have been kind of affected negatively and some have been affected positively. Yeah. And it's like you just never know how things are going to go. So I always like to ask that question to see, maybe if someone else out there may throw a suggestion out in the comments. And as well as that, if you like what you've heard or seen, please like and share and press the thumbs up at the bottom. So, no, great. This is my favorite part. How can people find you? What is your Instagram handle, your Facebook handle, email, phone number if you want to throw it out there? How can we find you?
Okay, so Instagram is DGV, so D as in dog, G as in God, V as in Victor, and then Damn Good Vegan LLC. So DGV Damn Good Vegan LLC on Instagram. On Facebook, it is, I believe it's just Damn Good Vegan LLC. Let me double check because
Blasphemy.
I'm
Blasphemy.
Yes, on Facebook it is Damn Good Vegan LLC. What else? Oh, email. My email is Patrice at Damn Good Vegan LLC. And my website is www.damngoodveganllc.com. And what else do I have? I believe that is it. So Instagram,
Okay.
Facebook, email, and website. Yes.
You got it all. You see, you got it covered. See?
It took a minute.
How long did, yeah. Now, what can people expect from Damn Good Vegan and Chef Patrice in the future? Do you have any new products, any new items on the menu that you'll be doing? Catering events? Are you hiring? Do you need help? Are you hiring?
So I need a team because I'm very good at making the plan, figuring the stuff out. I just need people to execute it because that's the part where it's like a lot for one person. So I'm definitely looking for a couple of people just to see what I can find. What else? What else did you say? Because when you said that, I'm like, yeah.
Anything new on the horizon? Any new projects? A book, a cookbook?
So I'm working on meal plans right now. Like, I guess you could call it an ebook of meal plans, and a few recipes will be in there. I'm working on that. I'm working on a course to help people transition to vegan. So you can look for that. I want to say around the end of February, beginning of March. For my meal prep, I am working on doing like seasonal foods. So like being able to teach people what seasonal foods are, why it's important to have the seasonal foods, what the benefits are, and all of that.
Okay.
And what else? And I got yoga teacher training. It's going to be over at the end of February. So I'll be a yoga teacher, so I'll be able to help more people. So yeah.
Okay. And you said the end of February?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll have to do another interview so we can talk about your book and your yoga and where we can find you teaching. So keep your dates open. We'll say March, maybe if you're not too busy for
Yes, March. Mid-March sounds good.
Okay. I want to thank you so much for taking your time out to talk with me, Chef Patrice. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk with me as well as our viewers about your business, Damn Good Vegan. Everybody go check her out on Facebook, Instagram, email her. I'll put the email links and everything in the YouTube at the bottom so you can find her. But I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And I pray you much success. I hope that anything that we have talked about has brought our listeners, our viewers, value and inspiration into their lives. And if you like what you've seen, please comment, subscribe, hit a thumbs up button, and go to Instagram and Facebook and check out Chef Patrice at Damn Good Vegan. And I want to thank everybody for watching and enjoy this holidays if you celebrate them, and this new year that's coming up. And I love you, Sister Patrice. Thank you so much for getting your time out with me and on Evolve. So namaste. Assalamu alaikum, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mwah. We're done. How did you think that went?
That went really good.
It did.
That
And
did
he's still
good. Yeah.
Darius. You know, that went really fast. I think I'm glad we did that. We redid that one because it kept freezing.
Okay.
And yeah, as I think the more we're done, the more interviews I do, things are going along smoother now.
Good.
And I'm happy. I'm so happy for you. You're doing it. Because I know we talked, it was like 2 years ago. We were at Beechwood Mall and we were talking about the cookbooks. I wasn't sure whether to mention it or not if you were doing that. So I was like, well, we'll just